Okay, all set to go. Ezequiel Tovar. In for the Rockies. Ripped to third and caught. One pitch and one out.
Batting second, the catcher, Hunter Goodwin.
Hit on the ground to short. Slings to first. Two quick outs at the top of the first here tonight. Two down, bases empty. Next for Colorado, Jordan Beck. This one in the air, center field. Mullins should have this one, and that'll do it. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Today's starter for Colorado, Michael Lorenzen. What do we need to know here about the right-hander?
Well, he comes at hitters with a 5-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on 1 or 2 pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working, but if he can control 4 or even 5 of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
It gets down, base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. So digging in, Ha-Seong Kim. And a foul ball. On the ground, right side. Krim tossed to second. A sensational double play.
Batting third, the third baseman, number 13, Junior Caminero.
In the air to left center. And that's the third out. Back now in Tampa Bay. On now to the top half of inning number 2. Brenton Doyle digging in for the Rockies.
That's a really good take right there. Slider down and in. Very difficult to get on the same plane and do anything with.
Matz measures 6 feet 2 inches, 205 pounds. He joined the team as a free agent.
Ball 2.
That
That's
misses.
ball 3.
3-1. Out towards right center field. Mullins on his horse. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. 1 away.
Hey. That's a ball.
The 1-1 is fouled off. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. And that one ripped to left. That's out number 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Blaine Krim digs in now. And it's 1-1. No score here in the second. Swing and a base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
Now there's a bullet down the line, and it stays fair. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now. Edouard Julien digging in for the Rockies. Fouls away the first offering. Oh, look at the stop. Throw to first, and that's a nice play to end the inning. Bottom of the inning, and stepping in for the Rays, Jonathan Aranda. Rip, but it curls foul.
Nope, that's inside.
Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Recognize that changeup right out of the hand. Just spit on it.
Swing and a ground ball. Throws to first in time. Leadoff man retired here in the second.
The designated hitter, Yandy Diaz.
And that's in there at the knees for a strike. That one way inside.
Straighten him up a little bit.
Base hit. That was smoke through the infield. And that's a 1-out single.
Still able to come through behind in the count right there. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get in front of if you're an infielder. You know they used to say, charge it. Crazy.
In the air, center field. Doyle gets under it. 2 down. And now the catcher comes up to him. Nick Fortes. And a pop-up right side, foul territory. That is the inning. Back here at Tropicana Field, top half of the third inning, Tyler Freeman digging in for the Rockies. And there's a base hit to left. So now back to the top of the order.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. There was nothing cheap about the way he got that one through the infield. That was ripped, caught out in front, and didn't get under it like he would have liked, but definitely put a good swing on it.
On the ground, and it goes just foul. The 0-1. Foul ball there. Top of the third, no score. Spoils the 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. This one belted deep left field, on its way, gone. A 2-run homer. So up next, Hunter Goodman. He's 0 for 1. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. Hammer, base hit. And the hits just keep on coming. Now here is Brenton Doyle. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Waltz to second, and they turn the double play.
Up next to Colorado, the third baseman, number 3, Willie Castro.
Line drive. That's a hit. And that extends the inning.
Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key. You still have to extend through the baseball in order to hit a line drive like that.
Krim batting for the second time, and that's strike 1.
Inside ball.
On the ground to the left. And foul ball.
That's
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Drilled in the air out towards right center. Fraley really on his horse for it. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. Back here in Tampa Bay and stepping in for the Rays, Cedric Mullins. In the air, left field, down the line. Nobody can get there, and it's a foul ball. 0-1.
Nope. Outside.
Goes down looking. On the ground right side, Julian tosses to first, and 2 straight set down to begin the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the Rays leadoff hitter, Chandler Simpson. The other way, fair ball. Around first and hustling for second. In safely. It's a double and his 2nd hit.
Waste no time there. I'll tell you, when you smoke a line drive into the gap like that, I mean, sure, home runs are king, but I feel like nothing makes you feel like a true professional hitter more than a bolt.
And that'll do it. Back now in Tampa Bay. New inning getting started. Braxton Fulford digging in for the Rockies. Inside corner, and that's called a strike.
For all these Rockies doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. It's tough.
This one swung on and hit well. Way back there. Gone. He sends a rocket to left. Liner to second and picked on the hop. Over to first. And very nicely done for the out. Here's Tyler Freeman to hit. 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored so far. Line to left. Reaching for it and brings it in. Smoked on the ground to second. 3rd out, and that ends the frame. Bottom of the 4th, and stepping in for the Rays, Junior Caminero. Fought off foul. And a strike on the outside edge.
He's been pitching well, but we'll see what kind of adjustment the hitters make this second time through the order. We'll know if he's got really good stuff in this one or not.
The 1-2. Good job to fight that one off. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Out towards right center field. Freeman on his way in. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And there's one away.
Over 80% of his first pitches are strikes. You're doing that, you could have a really good day out there on the mound.
And that is out of play. Fights it off. You'll see another. The Rockies leading by 4. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. In the air, left field. And that'll get down for a hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
Back against the wall with 2 strikes, but found a way. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
2 down. Stepping in, Jake Fraley. Flying to center his first time. Yeah, that's fouled off. Aranda, the runner at first with 2 gone.
No. Inside.
And that one is lifted in the air. That's a base hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
Cutter on the inside edge to the plate. That's a tough pitch to handle, but he seemed to have no problem with it whatsoever. Turned on.
Line drive, base hit. Runner from third in to score. It's 4-1.
Well, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the first pitch. Pitch was in and off the plate. So hard to do anything with the pitch in that location, but somehow he got the barrel to it and hit it well. Pretty amazing.
2 on, 2 outs. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. Julien over to first, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Back here at Tropicana Field, we go to the top of the 5th. Hunter Goodman digging in for the Rockies. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, the game plan for this offense has been pretty clear. They're being aggressive at the plate, but still finding ways to pick their spots without falling into the habit of being over-aggressive. 5 hits for them on the first pitch alone, so they're swinging and connecting right out of the gates.
Man aboard on the leadoff single. Ground ball left side, and that's just foul.
And with all that success on the first pitch, I'm surprised they haven't made an adjustment on the mound. Clearly, they need to start mixing it up and start making better pitches to start the at-bat.
The 0-2. On a line. That's down. 1 hops off the wall. Lead runner around second. Into second with a double, and they've got something brewing now.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell.
Line drive, base hit. 1 runs in. Another comes in to score, and the lead is up to 5.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Other than ripping one into the gap or blasting one over the wall, there aren't a whole lot of hits that are more satisfying than a nice line drive in the center field. So
this one's into the outfield. Could be extra bases. Headed for the plate. He will score. It's 7-1.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit. Right there. Nice. Job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
This one drilled to left. No doubt about it as they add on more. Gone. A 2-run shot, and they add on. It's 9-1. Braxton Fulford digging in for the Rockies. He's already homered here in this one. In the air to left center. Mullins on his way over. Pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer. Ball 1, no strikes.
Well, the good thing so far is that he hasn't issued any free passes. Unfortunately, they're making pretty good contact, so not getting the swings and misses and making that defense work behind it.
Out to short. Walls. Now the throw to first on the run. Nicely done for the out. 2 down, bases empty. Now it's the right fielder, Tyler Freeman. The throw to first. That'll end the inning after all. This game's a bit of a blowout, Singy. Let's talk about something random.
Let's do it.
All right, Singy, in ballpark entertainment, you got a favorite mascot race?
Yeah, I love what they do in D.C. with the former presidents.
Somebody always gets tackled. They always get hurt.
I know, and it's just crazy. Imagine running around in those big, bulky suits, and somebody's always going to go down.
Foul ball. Do you remember when Tim Kirkjian ran in the sausage race in Milwaukee?
No, I didn't see that one.
Yeah, they used one of the kid-size ones.
You know, this isn't exactly a mascot race, but I love what they do in Atlanta with the freeze.
Ground ball right side and foul ball. Here's a 1-2.
Ball, that's in.
The Rays with a lot of ground to make up. Last half of inning number 5. That one lifted to left. Beck on the move. Takes it in for the out.
I wanted to race the freeze at one point. I don't think my hamstrings could hold up for it now.
I feel like 5 years ago you could have handled the freeze. It would have been fun. And I would bait you into it and try and get you to train to race the freeze. And it just never materialized.
Yeah, I appreciate that you had enough confidence in me that I could beat a guy who looks like he was going to the Olympic trials at some point or another. But yeah, it's always a great thing to watch there at Truist Park.
Would you have worn one of those bobsled out? That is the inning. Back now in Tampa Bay. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Well, he's been knocked around pretty good so far, but they've got him back out there at least to begin the inning.
Yeah, and you wonder just the strength and perhaps the health of that bullpen for him to go back out there. But he's taking this one for the team. Perhaps he can stabilize things and the offense can score some runs for him.
Man aboard on the leadoff single. Hunter Goodman digging in for the Rockies. Is there a debate to be had about shutting him down, maybe to preserve some bullets given the score?
Absolutely. When you consider
Caminero, 1 at second, back to first, and that is a double play.
the 5-4-3 double play is a gem in baseball, and how can you not appreciate the skill and practice it takes to make this look so easy? Great work by the infield.
Hit hard on the ground is short. Walls throws to first, and that bottom of the 6th, and stepping in for the Rays, Caminero. And foul ball. That one pushed foul. Plenty of offense in this one, Singy. I guess you'd say kind of what we expected, though.
Well, this was a game looking at the pitching matchup where you expected offense to score, and not as lopsided as this. But yeah, you definitely expected to see some offense coming up.
Tap foul at the plate. A dive. Nice stop. And that's a base hit despite a great defensive effort.
He was all over that one. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Out towards right center field. Makes the grab on the run. 2 away. Now up for Tampa Bay, Jake Fraley, 1 for 2. Swinging a foul out of play. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. No balls, 2 strikes. Fouled off the plate. They'll do it again. Struck him out looking. Top of inning number 7. Here's the Rockies cleanup hitter, Brenton Doyle. This one in the air center field. Mullins under it. 1 up, 1 down.
Nope, that's down.
Ripped in the air, left field, and a touchdown for a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Nice line drive to the pull side, met it out front, but just stayed.
Swing, and this is ripped down the right field line. Way back there, out of here. Another homer. His 2nd home run of the game. Next to hit, Braxton Fulford. Fulford at the plate now, and that's strike 1. Simpson takes it in for the out. That's out number 2. So in now for Colorado, Edouard Julien. Swing and a line drive ripped out into left center field. That'll touch down for a hit. Takes the turn. He's digging for second. The throw in. Safe at second.
He's safe.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Just a really nice approach to shoot that line drive to the opposite field. There's a lot of hard work and discipline that goes into getting a result like that at the plate. Doesn't come naturally for most hitters.
Way out front for strike two.
Very well executed changeup right there. If he can command the fastball consistently, that's going to be an important pitch in terms of him turning this outing around.
Man at second. And that's through the swing. It's a strikeout. Tosses to first. They limit the damage here. Back here in Tampa Bay. And now the catcher for the Rays, Nick Fortes. To the right side. Krim takes it to the bag. One pitch and one out. Dives and it gets by. So a man aboard now with one away.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
The 0-1. Off balance speed. There's one. What a double.